Yep.
See, I always thought making a podcast called Dogs in the Hallway, and it's about taking your girl out and getting hot dogs at like 2 a.m. and then like do a podcast while you're eating the hot dogs, and it's pretty obvious what you're going to do afterwards. That's why we call it Dogs in the Hallway.
But why would you think of your girl as a hallway, bro? I'd be like dogs in the bun.
Hot dogs in the hallway. Yeah.
Dogs in the
They're a
bun.
hot dog
Well,
down the hallway.
if your girl's a fucking cool chick and understands the joke, she'll be like, "That's
Yeah,
fucking
but
hilarious."
that's a big old vagine, a hallway. I mean, I could throw a pretty big hot dog down that,
Dude,
and it
it's a
still
joke.
wouldn't hit the sides.
Well,
Jeez.
I'd be hitting the bun first. You know what I'm saying?
Bun.
The bunsies.
Yep. The cheeks.
But what's his time?
I got an interesting theory on time.
Theory on
right?
time.
All right. And I
After
thought
we
about
already
this
broke
last
the
time.
universe back in that
I know,
room.
we were fucking on a whole nother level back there. I'm not even gonna lie. I've thought about this a lot. What I feel is, if you look at your life as a whole, okay, as just one giant sum, X amount, whatever it is, doesn't matter. Then you look at each year that passes. Each year that passes is your first year of life, 1 for 1. Split in half. Then you start splitting that down into smaller quantities, and each year represents a smaller quantity of that whole. Each year you live.
Wow.
I'm serious. Each
interesting.
year you live. So that's my theory, because now if you break that even down from years to minutes to hours, each minute is that much faster or that much smaller piece of your life. That's why time flies as you get older. That's how I always felt. That's my theory on time.
Wow.
If you think about it, It'll mind fuck you for a
Dude,
minute. Just
listen.
start trying to break it down. Think about like what 1/1000th of a section of your life is every hour, and as it keeps growing, it just becomes one even smaller piece of your
well,
life.
yeah, that
Dude,
makes sense.
This whole life we have is so minuscule in the thought of time, and how like time is bigger than we could ever comprehend, and it is also like not real. You know, it's only exists on this dimensional plane. Like beings that are outside of this are above time and space. You know what I mean? Once you understand meditation, you understand that everything is one, and you just are you are the universe trying to understand itself. Everything has a relation to you and your life, how you perceive it. Everything is an expression of yourself. You know what I mean?
Just like once you end, your universe will end. Yeah.
Exactly. No, just a new universe will begin. You never end. We never end. Consciousness never ends. That's what dreams are behind. You know what I mean? It's like your consciousness is literally not
really
going to
think
sleep.
that?
Yeah, consciousness never ends, dude.
Or the fact that there's no electrical impulses on death after like 48 hours or 72 hours. Very little small ones. I mean, in my opinion, I honestly thought that if you're truly a computer, like we were discussing, if you're truly a computerized thing, once the
Well, what if we get to
the
a
power
point-
source was cut
Well,
out,
listen.
Yeah, but your
you'd be
spirit,
running on safe mode for a minute,
Yeah.
and then you're done.
dude,
Yeah.
your spirit inhabiting a computerized body.
Really?
Yeah, dude, your spirit inhabiting.
But what if we get to a
What if
point
you're
where we
not?
can download?
You
Then
are,
you're done.
dude. You
Then
are
you're done.
because, dude, we are connected to this huge, crazy consciousness that flows through all things. And once you are at the level of understanding that I have, I don't know, had the pleasure of being at, you understand that, I don't know, like everything is one, dude. Everything is spiritual. Everything is vibration. There is life after this. There is higher dimensions beyond this one.
But what
All
if
I
we
know
get
is
to a
shit
point?
dies.
But what
Dude,
if we get
shit,
to a point?
nothing is destroyed in the universe. Nothing is created or destroyed. All the matter that is made in the universe is already made. You know what I mean? It'll never be destroyed. Once someone dies, they either rebirth on this life or they ascend to the next dimension.
That is an interesting theory.
The only reason you rebirth on this life is to discover things about you and face your fears, basically. It's like a way of self-discovery, because you figure if you're the universe, you want to understand yourself from the smallest bit to the largest amount. And we are just like sitting on the smallest molecule in an atom, you know what I mean? Observing ourselves, which is the universe, you know what I mean? The planets relate to us, our chakras, everything is designed around us. So as above, so below, you know what I
Right.
mean? We are the universe observing itself. And therefore we must be eternal and we must be God, you know what I mean? We are God. Like that's what it is.
Yeah, you're only really going to find salvation in yourself. I
Yes,
mean,
exactly.
yeah,
You
there's-
must look
there's
at
no
Jesus.
two
Even
ways
Jesus
about
said
it.
you must look inward. It's all about looking in the self.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I
there's no
mean?
two
He
ways
came
about it.
back
Too
with
many
Tibetan
people
teachings from the
holy
Tibetan
roll.
monks.
You know,
and just taught that.
too many people holy roll, and too many people get on that kick. And truthfully, it isn't about looking to Jesus and praise Jesus.
Yes,
praise
it's looking
it's
into
looking
yourself.
into yourself, and trying to be the best kind of person you are. You know what I mean?
It's all an understanding
I
the self.
understand that, like,
That's
the
what
Bible and
meditation
things
is
like that
about.
are all tie into, like, treating people right, and like.
Well,
you
there's
can look at
also
the stories that are
there's
really
also a
good for
code behind
people.
it too that you can understand mathematically that
Okay.
all relate back to the self and to the hands connecting to
I
the prayer.
agree.
But
What
that's
it
like-
truly should,
it's
and
like
what
a
everybody
magnetic
should take
connection
from
there.
that piece of work is that you need to look into yourself. Every story in there is about people looking into themselves to
but-
find the courage to do this or to
Exactly.
do that or to do this, even whether it be good or
But
bad.
they're used
even,
for
you know what I
control.
mean?
They use it for control. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because people take the stories literally, and they're like,
The
"The
Bible
devil's
is the
gonna come
greatest piece
after
of
me."
media ever made.
Oh yeah, for
There's
sure.
no
No,
two
but
ways about it.
best piece of control ever made.
I
you know what
mean,
I mean?
it's
good.
Even if it is true,
It's
it
good
was
and
still
bad
the
at
greatest
same
piece
thing.
of control
It's
ever
good
made.
and bad at the same thing because it's the sacred teachings that are just hidden in plain sight. You know what I mean? It is
It's
the
easiest
Egyptian
way to-
knowledge.
it's easiest
It's
way to
just hidden
police-
right in front of you.
It's the easiest way to police people without having to police people.
Is making them feel the feeling of morality.
Right.
But if you understand that you are one and you are everything, then you won't want to go hurt yourself. You know what I mean? It makes no sense to hurt people because they are yourself. So why would you treat someone with harm when the same thing you're going to get back is harm? In
Well, I'm
return?
not saying there isn't good teachings there, but I'm just saying, like,
But that ties back to what we were talking about too. The more educated and the more in touch with shit people are, the less crime.
Oh, the
money
less
we need,
everything.
The less
If-
police we need,
yep.
the less shit
Yeah.
we need, the less fire you even need. People
Yeah.
don't start fires
No,
easier.
there's no-
Yeah, if you're smarter.
Yeah.
If you're smarter.
Sure.
It's just it's an intelligence issue is what it is in the world right now. You know what I mean? People aren't as smart as they should be. We're still this stupid monkey when we should be so well evolved. And you know why that is? Because we're held back every step of the way. Because the government is putting its foot on our head every step of the way. Like, you are not allowed to evolve. We're at this higher level of consciousness. You can't
Look
have
at the
anything.
educational system, right?
You know what I mean?
Look at the educational system.
Exactly.
Right.
Look at the books that they read.
look at everything.
Exactly.
If they really
Fuck.
wanted you to have a chance, don't you think there'd be classes about things like credit and healthcare and student loans?
Yeah.
Like these things that
Seriously,
people have
Or
to
a
deal
class,
with.
or a class how to treat another human being.
Yeah,
right?
How about
yeah,
that?
something like
Yeah.
that. Or
Yeah.
how to
Common
how to
sense.
treat yourself. Or how to treat yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A class on meditation.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
really no philosophy at all.
No.
Exactly.
You know, there's just,
College level.
It's a
Yeah,
sort.
college level.
It's relying
Right.
on the left side of the brain, and people don't realize we are both like we are divinity. We're both sides of the brain, so you have to use
they
emotion.
want to make you a sheep, so when
Yeah.
you go to philosophy class, you just think it's philosophy. You don't actually
You're-
take it seriously.
Yeah, you're like, this is bullshit. I shouldn't apply
Yeah.
this to my own life. I mean, this guy did it, and he lived in a culture that did it for 4,000 years, and they all meditated, and they all found the path to divinity. But I definitely shouldn't do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's a
no.
story that never happened. You know what I mean? They
If you can get even like 80% of this country to even consider taking a fucking philosophy class.
Philosophy class, yeah.
Well, I mean, the whole thing behind philosophy is you don't have to take a class for it. You can
you
just
don't.
philosophize. You know what I mean? You can just
Oh, I agree.
you can just say whatever
But
you
to
want.
learn about the teachings.
Yeah, to learn about teachings, you need YouTube.
But there's no push towards that at all in public education. You
Well,
know,
I feel
there's-
like there's no need for public education anymore. YouTube should literally give out degrees with all the knowledge it contains. Honestly, I've learned more things on YouTube than I've ever learned in a college or a public school or anything, because it's just all the shit you want to know about. It's all and that's what kids
Wouldn't
should be
you give
taught.
to have that shit in elementary school? And, like, you had to
Exactly.
write reports and stuff,
Right.
and you had to like go and actually read the whole freaking book and a lot of dumb bullshit.
Instead
when
of
you
these
could've
kids
got
just
right the
listen to
facts,
it,
man.
yeah,
Just
and
listen
listen
to
to the
it.
facts.
Give me that Wikipedia.
Yep.
I mean, seriously, just the internet in general. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
truly.
in the internet, you don't need
Kids these
teachers
days
anymore.
have it
Well, you
so
do need
easy.
teachers, but
Yeah.
you can
to learn,
you
and
can
they
pay them on the
don't.
internet.
And they don't. Why?
Why? I asked you this.
Well,
Why do kids
you don't even
not
need-
learn when
you don't
it's
even
so
need
fucking
teachers
readily
anymore, dude.
available for them?
You don't even. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the whole thing behind internet, dude. Internet is like we need internet for everyone, so everyone can learn. You know what I mean? That's the whole thing behind this new, like, nation of kids being born. It's like they all are interested in learning. You see all these special kids coming out right now. It's like this increase in consciousness. Yeah, they're smart as fuck. You're like, wow, how is this little kid so smart? Exactly. And it blows your mind, and it's just like, how is this happening? It's because they were born in this time of change, this
Right.
perfect time of change. They are like the crystal children, you know what I mean? They can reflect, they see your spiritual being. Like, they don't tell you about, like, my little brother sees cheese and shit, like, easily, and he's 5, you know what I mean?
Cheese or
Yeah, your
cheese?
chi energy, you know what I mean?
Cheese or cheese?
Cheese. He loves cheese.
Like cheese or cheese?
Chi energy. But he's so like it's ridiculous, dude. It's ridiculous what these kids
agree.
can do. Like, if you look up video like 6-year-olds singing opera, you know what I mean? They're on there or playing a guitar, like a 6-year-old playing guitar now.
Yeah, but I think that shit used to happen in the past too. It wasn't getting covered like it is
Right.
now. YouTube is a this stuff
yeah.
it wasn't being disseminated like it was. Like now it's being distributed and given to the masses so much easier that people are just having this, like you guys were saying, an explosion of
Yep.
knowledge is
Yeah,
happening right
yep.
now because of that. The
Explosion of
ability for me to
consciousness.
share.
Yeah.
I can share some crazy ass shit. I can pull up on YouTube like tons of people
Yeah, you
freaking
can know
wrecking,
you can
doing
know-
crazy
yes.
shit, and I can be like, you know what? Those are a bunch of things I don't want to fucking do.
Yep.
And then I can look up on there and learn how to play tons of guitar songs or learn how to freaking
Whatever.
you
do
know,
anything.
do anything.
Anything, yes.
I mean, everything I do almost anymore that I'm not sure of, I'll look on YouTube.
well, the best thing
Everyone.
about YouTube is it remembers you, bro.
Yeah.
And by the things you
It
look up,
does.
it's like we
But that could be
recommend
the
this.
worst.
I
Yeah.
recommend this for you, and you're like, wow, that was
Wow.
an awesome
yeah,
fucking video.
but that might not be the best of things.
Well, no, there's things. Oh yeah, what?
Oh, about that not being
Oh.
the best of things.
Yeah,
people, they know
people
what
just
you're looking
they're
at
just
and
tracking you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
but
keeping tabs on you all the time.
I mean, they're always gonna do it.
But everyone-
it's like fuck 'em.
everyone in this
It's like
room
fuck
has a
'em,
cell
You know what I
phone.
mean? If I can't avoid it, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna be scared by it.
Was anybody actually surprised that the NSA was looking at us?
No.
No, I knew it the whole time.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it was just kind of patently
Obvious.
obvious that that's what
Please,
you built them
exactly,
for, so
yes.
they're just gonna do it. You know, whether or not it's legal, they don't give a shit.
Whether or
they're
not it's
building a
right,
building-
What they're
whether
there
there's-
for.
yeah, apparently.
They're
just-
building a building in Utah to fucking house all this information.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
it's like a
yeah, I
million
heard
square
about
feet.
that.
It's
Yeah, what the fuck?
ridiculous.
Yeah,
Yep.
just to keep tabs on people.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So
like
every
Shrek-
time you get arrested, they're just gonna pull up those records and be like, "Oh, you said this to this fucking girl
Oh, yeah.
fucking 60 years ago. Now she's dead.
Yeah.
What happened?"
Yeah.
And you're just like,
Yep.
"Are you serious?"
Yes, exactly. Yep, they're gonna fold.
Yeah, I told her to go
Fucking
jump
pull
off a
some
bridge, but I'm
bullshit.
sorry you found her in the river. Like that wasn't me. You know?
Yeah, it's just this whole keeping tabs on people. It's wrong, dude. It's wrong.
I think we're gonna be the last generation to remember a point where we
We're gonna-
didn't know something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where we couldn't get the information.
Yeah, there's these kids that are born are gonna be like, how didn't you know absolutely everything in the world by
Right.
like 12 years old?
Exactly.
Like they're just like, what is this? Like we're gonna be the generation to change the whole thought process of everything that's happening right now. You know what I mean?
I think.
We're one late.
Yeah.
No way.
I'm one
We're
late.
one early.
I'm one late.
Oh.
I didn't grow up with the internet.
You're not
I'm
one late,
30,
dude.
He's 20, or he's 30. We're
No.
we're a little bit late.
No, my dad could even change
Well,
shit.
now we can help change it. I understand. Now we can
Oh,
because we
yeah,
have
yeah.
But our abilities to
Comprehend.
expand our knowledge and our consciousness and everything when we were children was not as easy as it is now. Like, I think that I could seriously be 10 times fucking smarter had I had the internet as a child.
Well,
when
that's
I
the
was,
great thing about the internet. It
Like,
all
now
came
I'm
out
30 years
together.
old. Dude, trust me, I don't want to learn much anymore. Like, I do. Like, I like to expand and learn a bunch of new cool stuff. But, like, not like I was when I was a kid. Like, I'm fucking sponging everything. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Right.
If I had the ability to have that then, like, because I got too much other shit
Oh,
to
it'll
worry about,
highly,
you know what I
it'll
mean?
highly, it'll highly benefit kids because they just sponge everything, dude.
Yeah.
like you said.
But it's there,
And-
so they don't want it.
But I take the time for knowledge every day. But still,
Yeah,
when I was a
absolutely.
child, I sucked it up all day.
Yeah,
you
some
know what I
some
mean?
kids are different, dude. Some kids don't want the knowledge, and some kids want all the knowledge. It just depends on what kind of kid you are, I guess.
Maybe.
But it's this. That's the
parents
great thing about the
definitely help.
universe is it can. Yeah, absolutely. The
Yeah.
parents are the key. The key,
I
and
push
how
the
much the
shit out
kid
of my
cares.
daughter, push the shit out of
Yeah,
her.
like I
Taught her
said,
so much,
they are
like,
clay,
so much.
dude, and we are molding them. You know what I mean?
And
Literally.
when they're young, like your brother's age,
Yeah.
like when they're that young, they will suck up everything,
Yep.
every single thing you teach them and bring in front of them. And I mean, maybe it's just my daughter. I don't think it is because I see it
It's
with
everyone.
my friends'
Yeah.
daughters and their
It's
children too.
every kid.
I mean,
Act like the adults.
they literally just suck things up. And if you're a great parent, you will seriously teach them what they need to know in that age, like an adult. Honestly, that's what I think that has works so well with my kid and why she's where she's at now. She's getting ready to start 3rd grade. She should be 2nd grade and take 3rd grade classes, and she should be only starting 1st. And I think a lot of behind that is we didn't baby her. Like, we didn't go goo goo gaga and do any of that bullshit. We have talked to her like a real person, like a human being should. We have taught her that stuff at an early age. A lot of the things that we let her do or the things we do, people don't let their children do. However, I feel like she's been able to realize that, and they know right from wrong.
Right.
You know, it's
Absolutely.
inherently built
Yes,
into us.
it's built into our system, right from wrong.
So that's what I truly feel, though, that these children are sponge, and if you can treat them like an adult and you can actually try to teach them like an adult, like, don't sugarcoat stuff because the kid can't get it right.
Right,
Keep
exactly.
pounding his head till it gets it right. Treat her like she's older than she is, and some people will argue with me, but yes, they will act more mature, and they'll feel like you're speeding that child's life up, but I think in the long run, they're going to be so much better as adults. And isn't what
Yeah,
is
but
it?
this
It's 80%
goes-
of your life almost that you're going to spend as an adult. So what the hell?
Right,
but it's this whole thing behind, like, work is the only reason why you're doing that in the first place. Because if there wasn't any work and people didn't have to work, like they don't, you know what I mean? Then people wouldn't be forced to learn. You could live out your childhood and be like a kid forever, and like 20 years old or whenever you decide to start learning, like you'll have to go to classes or whatever when you're 10 and blah blah, and they'll get you focused on, like, YouTube would be an awesome system because it gets you focused on what you want to focus on. Like, when you learn about the world, they give you some options and then you go from there. You know what I mean? Like, it's just an
if
evolution.
I had an unlimited source to do what I was interested in.
Yeah, and you didn't
like,
have to work though,
I
so you didn't
loved
have to be
fucking rap
forced
music
into
and
it. You know
music
what I
when
mean?
I was a kid, I honestly, if I had the avenues to go down to like the kids do now, like I remember when I was a teenager, and you know, I mean, this is crucial here. Freaking, the only way to get information and to get anything about new rap music, I had to go on and get like old school like text files of lyrics and stuff like. Now they have scrolling lyrics that'll play the freaking music for you while
Yep.
the lyrics are
Yeah.
going. Like it's just there for you. Everything's accessible now. That's a weak example, but I mean that's like
That's
that
the
for
truth,
everything anymore. It's seriously hand given to you.
Yeah.
And just like you said about YouTube, how they feature shit and they tell you, you know, oh hey, that guy likes this. I'm gonna give him an option to watch
Something
this.
to watch this,
Okay,
yeah.
they are tracking you when they're doing that. Did you see that crazy shit on the Discovery Channel? I think it was Discovery Channel. Anyways, they actually sat down and talked to a guy for a living, tracks your cell phone. And he can tell you when you're going to die. Like, he can tell you, like, what you're most likely about to die from. He could tell you your entire life schedule just by the cell phone pattern it leaves, because they track that on a map. Like, they'll have the map of the place. And he pulled up a map of the place, and he showed people's cell phones of, like, these normal people. And he pinpointed down to every one of their habits and said... they claim that they do this because the companies pay good money for this because they're like, I want to build a clinic. So they search for the area that's the most unhealthy through these cell phone patterns. Like, this person
Wow.
eats like shit. And all these
shit.
people in this area eat like shit. And all these people like in this area smoke. So let's
That's
put our health clinic
crazy.
there so we can make tons of fucking money. And
Wow.
they buy
Nuts.
this information. It's on record. They buy this information from companies that track you like that. And that's what they do. These companies track you and sell that information to these companies so they can offer shit like that to you.
That's
Well, listen.
How
the
is
best
that
part
legal?
about that.
How is that
Listen,
legal?
hold on. The best
How's that
part
legal?
about that is if you do good shit, then the universe reflects you still.
How is that legal?
Because if you're doing good shit and you're practicing towards meditation and you're trying to go to meditation places, they're going to open up more meditation places. If you're trying to go for more like, I don't know, homegrown
that
food,
legal?
they're going to open up more homegrown food. It's just a way that the universe reflects human beings. You know what I mean? It's just this way the universe can watch us. There's
That's what
always
the debate is.
there's always an eye watching us. You know what I
legality
mean?
is
That's
definitely a hot
we jumped
topic,
in this
yeah.
universe because we wanted that. You know what we wanted this interconnectedness that could all be all knowing, but only the top knows that we are all connected. Now the bottom is starting to get the message. You know what I mean?
I just don't understand it.
Listen, I'm telling you, this shit, I saw it. It was crazy. They pulled up the data map. They showed all this stuff, and the guy literally just said, like that example I said about the clinic. That's the example he used. Like, this is where we want this clinic to be built. And
That's
they're going to do that
ridiculous.
shit with services, too. Like, okay, all these people in this area mountain bike. They do it already. I'm going to build an REI there.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, it's it's like that. But they're being able to do it so easy just by tracking your cell phone and your internet connectivity. Fucked up.
Yeah.
Fucked up.
Yeah, dude.
I don't agree with it.
Yeah, there's no privacy in this world.
Turn off all your
That's
GPS shit
that's
on your
like
phone.
the most fucked up thing is
Location
like
off.
once you found out
I got my location.
once you
service
found out
off.
technology came out, they instantly like wanted to turn it into a way to track us. I think that's the only reason technology is out there some of the times. Like,
And
who's the
distract
fucked up
us.
who's the fucked
And
up dude that
distract
was
us.
just like, oh yeah, let's just track people with it.
Why not?
You know
It's
what I
a
mean?
distraction.
Because we
it's
can.
a leash. It's a distraction. It's a leash. It's everything.
It's not a leash though, because computers can give you so much. But after so much, I feel like I keep
Try
going
to
on
do anything
YouTube for
without- try to do
more
anything without
information.
technology.
But if you just meditate, dude,
Try to do anything.
you don't need none of that shit.
The government shit's on you.
You
Try
don't
to
need
do-
none of that shit.
But how do you do anything without technology? How you going on
What do you
YouTube
mean?
without
There's-
technology?
Listen,
You don't
they
have to go on
give you
YouTube
what
at a
they
certain
want
point.
you to have, though. It's probably unfucking fathomable what they've come up with, and we have no idea about
Oh,
what
yeah.
they've killed, what
Yep.
ideas have gotten there and just been dead.
Yep.
The media controls it all. Motherfucker wouldn't know about a damn thing that was good for them if it wasn't for the news or television or radio or something. Word of
Wasn't for
mouth.
anything.
Word of mouth works great, but
Well, I
not
mean, the
like
only
they
reason
can
we're
do.
find out what
How many
real
people
shit.
you know are addicted to the news?
Yeah, I know, and
So many.
It's terrible because it's just
Unfucking
that's
real.
the false story.
Local
dude.
news too. That's the
Oh,
worst
That's
shit.
a false
Go
story,
national
dude.
at least, man.
That's the false story, though. They're giving a bunch of false bullshit, fed down from more false bullshit. Like the only way you're gonna find anything real is like public reporters. You know what I mean? That aren't from a media source, like on YouTube broadcasting about this shit, or like from a different country. You're never gonna find the real source of our news from our leaders. They're never gonna give us the real stream of what's going on.
It's all about what sells. You know, it's all about what sells. They just
Yeah.
they sell you a story
all bought
and
and
they're
paid for.
selling you a story. You know what I mean? Like those advertisers, that's the way you get news, is because it's ad driven.
Yep.
Yeah, all of it. I mean, you buy a newspaper, but there's still ads in the newspaper.
Oh yeah.
You know, so I mean, they have a story to tell. They want you to buy the paper.
There's no other way around.
How
it.
about that? Not speaking of news story. How about that cat that killed his wife and posted the pictures on Facebook?
Yep.
And it was on there for 5 hours. He posted a picture of his dead wife laying there, all shot up, all right, slumped over, bloody, and said to all, "I'm sorry, but I can't take the abuse anymore." Don't quote me on this because this is like paraphrase, but I can't take the abuse anymore. I killed her. I'm going to jail for a long time. I hope you guys all understand.
Wow.
I'll see you later. Like something to that say. I mean, that's so paraphrasing.
Wow.
It's probably completely wrong, but the gist of it is
How was it
this
up there
guy
for
wrote
5
a fucking
hours?
farewell letter on Facebook and posted the picture. It
Yeah,
was up for 5. Yeah,
But
you're right.
How?
listen.
Well, Facebook said that as soon as they were alerted, they took the proper precautions. You
So
can't-
no one flagged
Listen.
it.
Nobody flagged that shit for 5
That's
hours. Nobody
fucked
knew
up.
what the hell happened.
That's fucked
People
up.
were like, "What the hell is this?" They
Is
thought
it
it
a
was
joke?
They thought it was, but he did kill him. He
You
got
gotta watch
arrested.
out for trolls,
He's in
though.
jail.
You gotta watch out for trolls. bro.
Yeah.
You gotta watch out for trolls because trolls will just fake like horrible shit and post it everywhere on
Dude,
Facebook.
he's arrested right now
Yeah, but I'm
for
saying,
murder.
yeah, but I'm saying there's companies that are paid
lady's dead.
money to
They
lower
have the
your
body.
vibration.
Oh yeah,
Are
like
you
that's
sure?
that's an
Are you
actual
sure?
He
situation.
confessed. It's an actual story. Go look it up. No lie.
Yeah.
He confessed. They have a body. He killed the woman.
Yeah,
he
but I'm
says,
just-
"I killed her," and put that picture on Facebook. The dude
That's still
said straight
fucked
it up.
But I'm saying you gotta look out for trolls. You know what trolls are?
What?
Who
Like
doesn't
when you're,
know?
what, you don't know what trolls are?
What trolls are on the
Yeah,
internet?
like,
Yeah.
like an internet troll.
I
Yeah,
know
you know what it
internet
is.
troll
Trolls.
But what I'm saying is, it doesn't matter. The story is freaking nuts.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy, dude. I thought it was
fake
like
story, fake
fake
bullshit.
story?
People, no,
Fake
fuck
everything.
no. Like, no way in hell. It's on
Wow.
like 8 different media outlets.
Wow.
I guarantee you the
That's
dude did
crazy.
it. They have snapshots of his Facebook on there. And actually, up until like today I got on the story and read the updates about how they got him into jail and he confessed it all and the body and everything like that. And they actually having a funeral and shit. Fucking, they had the pictures of her dead on this website. I couldn't load it up at work. I was trying to. But like the picture that he posted on Facebook was on
This website.
on the news outlets at first. They were actually showing the picture. And
Well,
then
they
all
have
of a sudden
to.
it was down.
Well, they have to at first.
wow.
Well, they have to
Yeah.
at first. They have to show you everything at first. The first time it's there, and if you aren't there, it's never going to be shown again.
Yeah.
It's just like all the 9/11 shit.
Well, that still has films of it all over the internet. You know what I mean?
But still, that dude's fucking crazy. Who the hell does that anyways? I'm gonna kill my wife. No, that's not his girlfriend.
Crazy
wife.
fucking
That's
people.
wild.
He had a
Dude.
kid,
Wild.
Crazy.
and the
fucking
kid
people.
and the kid was still there in the house, like 10-year-old kid when they got there.
Wow.
Yeah, craziness. See, I think he was in Florida.
Of course.
Of course, it was
Yeah,
in
I think-
Florida.
Of course it was Florida.
Dude, Florida, the fucking pill clinics down there, dude. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Oxycontin Express, son.
Dude, yeah, you need to like. Have you ever watched that movie, Oxycontin Express? It's fucked up, dude. They show these crazy amount of pills. This kid died. Over 2 months, he had like, I don't know, like 5 pounds in just pills, like different kinds of pills from like the same doctor. You know what I mean? In
And
2
he had
months.
like this huge fucking ball in his stomach because of it or
yeah,
something.
fucking. I don't know how he died, but still, like they go down there and there's not even a doctor to give you. He doesn't even give you an examination. He doesn't look at it for X-rays or anything. You just say what ails you, and he's like, "All right, I'll sell you this. I'll sell you this." They're just drug dealers.
Yeah.
Drug dealers for the government.
Really?
Selling
And you
pills
can, and
because
you can go to the
we're only-
doctor right next door, right down the street.
Yeah,
because
they
there's no records.
They come from Pennsylvania, and they what they
Yeah.
do is like an actual highway, an expressway. They hit every fucking pill clinic along the way. They hit like 20 pill clinics, get like huge bags of pills, and then just come up to PA and sell them.
Sell 'em. Yep.
Are you serious? And the
Yeah,
government-
and the government wants it. They want it because the only reason we're over in Afghanistan is we're guarding the poppy seeds. We're guarding the heroin fields. We're making the supply. You know what I mean?
That's a cash crop and a half,
Dude,
boy.
Yeah.
That's no joke.
Well, the thing is, like,
90% of all the heroin comes out of Afghanistan. Of course, we want to control that.
since the Afghan war started, it used
Just
to
like
be
the oil.
2% or like 10%. Now it's 90
No,
because we went over.
that's the
there.
only place where it grows. That's
yeah,
the
but
only
I
place
mean,
where poppy
we didn't.
grows.
Yeah, but there wasn't a
Poppy
need for
will grow in
heroin,
India, won't it?
and they weren't.
It will grow in India, but 90% of all the heroin always came out of Afghanistan.
Yeah.
No, Afghanistan was
No,
always
no, they were
lawless.
no, they
Yeah.
weren't the. They
That's where
weren't-
the poppy.
no.
That's where the poppy like.
He's right
dude,
about
it was
that.
it was like 20%.
He's right about that.
'Cause
no,
it- 'cause
because
it was like
they were
20
always
Because it has to be.
lawless.
Because
Yeah,
it
but it was
only can
20%
grow
of the world's.
because
It was 20% of the world's. It wasn't 90%. I
because
know it wasn't.
Afghanistan is a plateau. It's really dry, but it's kind of cold. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
It's
Gotta
like
check.
He's
gotta
right
check
though.
them
It's
facts.
the lawlessness that's created the heroin industry over there. Not much so much.
Yeah, but still,
Yeah,
no,
but
no, but
the
we're still,
climate.
but we're still guarding fucking poppy
Oh
seed
fuck yeah!
fields
Listen,
for
just like
for
the,
the
oil,
heroin
dude,
industry.
Move in, take the oil, take the heroin. There's so
Oh yeah,
many people.
we're
addicted to
setting up
pills.
bases over there so we can.
So much uses for that poppies.
Yeah,
Yep.
we're setting up huge military bases over there
They better
to
not
be
do the same
like
way with hemp.
to move into other countries to be like, oh, you have resources, you don't want to give them up. Well, we're here and we can
Yep.
kill you, so you better give them up. You know what I mean? That's all America's doing. We're just bullying our way through everyone,
well, okay, well here
and without the people's concern.
you can't necessarily say that because I was watching.
Bullshit.
For God of all things, the military channel one day, and it was a documentary, a hand shot, like the Marines shot it of like the first squad that went into like right after 9/11, the first squad to go in. Like these were like the first 11 tanks to go in, and it was like a documentary about them, and like how you think war operates and how actual war operates is two totally different things. Because how they were going up, they come up to a village, and you know what I'm saying. They stop all the tanks, and then like the leaders come out, and then their leader comes out, you know, and he's armed. Their leader's armed, and you know what I'm saying. And they're talking, and then they going over papers and stuff, and just like saying like, you know, what do you have? That's all we want to know is what do you have. You know, the American soldiers were saying that, and they were being honest and telling them what they had, and they had a translator and be like, okay, this guy's genuine, and they let him go. And then on the way back walking to the tanks, they were like, yeah, we didn't disarm him, and we didn't, like, take his gun because we wanted him to, like, keep control of his people. You know what I'm saying? And it was just real interesting because, like, war is so diplomatic nowadays. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
Like,
we're
we got, like...
we're literally invading their country right now.
but it's totally different than what you actually think war is. Like walking up like the Huns did on horseback and just fucking.
I'm
cutting
not
people in
thinking that
half.
that's what it is.
You know, it's not like that anymore, bro. You know, it's like, hey, let's talk to your leader. All right,
it's
we
like
just wanna
yeah,
go over
it's,
some
it's
shit.
like yeah, we're invading
You know
your.
what I'm saying?
It's like yeah,
do you
you're
have any resources? Do you have any weapons? Do you
Dude.
have any drugs? No. Good to
Dude.
go.
No, it's like hey, we're
Peace.
invading your country. we're going to force ourselves upon you, and we're going to kill you if you don't comply. So here are these papers. You better deal with them, or we're going to kill all of you.
But he's
Like,
saying
that's
at least you're
basically
giving
what
him a
it
chance
is.
to comply is what's
Yeah,
That's the
but
difference between
still,
us.
Now you're not
but
just
still,
rolling
I'm
in,
not
raping their women, killing
Yeah,
their
we're
children,
not-
and
But I'm
taking
just
all
we're not
that
the
shit
Mongols.
But I'm
anyways.
just saying,
we're
in
not
this
the
doc-
Mongols, but we're no
but I'm
better
just
than
saying,
Hitler's
in this
army.
documentary, like,
Yeah, we're a little better than Hitler.
Yeah.
Sorry.
like, you know what I'm
better than
saying?
that.
Well,
Like,
dude,
they,
it's just a
they
different
didn't wanna
color of
harm
people we're
these people.
oppressing.
They just want to know
That's
if they
all.
had like things, you know, were they harboring
Doesn't
any
ma-
refugees?
Yeah, I know.
You know?
Yeah,
anything
but
like that.
I know that. But we're still there invading their country, making
yeah,
them do all
of
this
course.
shit.
Of course.
Dude.
And
It's
Hal
just not
Burton
fuck with
and
our
Hal
country,
Burton
though.
is making billions and
Billions.
billions.
I will say
rebuilding
one
it.
thing.
Oh
You
yeah,
shouldn't
fuck yeah,
fuck
they
with-
are, dude.
Yeah, look at the
Everybody-
zeitgeist.
He's a
This just
person.
falls right in line with all them other wars like they were talking.
Hal
Well, it's
Burton
a
is a
com-
person.
it's a company,
No,
too.
he is a person.
Economy
company,
goes to
too.
shit, and guess what? We're right back into war again.
Yep. Well,
Economy starts falling out, we're right back into war.
Yeah.
again.
yeah, it's because we
Just
make
happens to
money
us
off
all the
war.
time, doesn't
It's
it?
because, it's because also when consciousness starts to go up more and more, that's the way they combat it is with war.
Well,
Didn't
that's how the
Clinton come
system
right
is.
off of the
Listen,
Gulf War?
listen. That's how the system was designed.
And that was some of the best economic times we had in the last 20 years.
That's how the system was designed. Was
Yeah.
just because of war.
That's what's about to happen here again soon because the economy's going up right now. I'm not even gonna bullshit you.
I mean, that's
And they're
the
gonna
only
do that.
reason why it was designed. I mean, listen. Think about this. The founding forefathers were British white successful businessmen who didn't want to pay taxes anymore, so they made their own Ponzi scheme over the ocean, built upon war, not built upon actual resources like how Britain is done.
Build upon war in what way? Like
Build
that-
upon war, and that's the only way that things are going to boom. That's the only thing that works.
That's the only good industry making money.
We've never not been in a
I mean,
war.
no,
It's
I
a
mean,
country
it's-
created by war.
There hasn't been
it's
30 years
consumer
where there.
goods is what's been driving us recently. I mean,
No, war drives this country, dude. War. We spend more money on. Why do you think we spend so much money on wars? Because we get so much money
back.
from it.
Exactly.
You get so much money from those countries that are like, oh, fix all our things, fix
we-
all
if
our
they
water
ma- if they
holes,
made
and
billions
take all
and
away our
trillions-
mines, and then they
I
just
think
make all
he's
this
right,
gold and
though.
shit.
I think he's right about
But listen, if they
consumerism
made
to an
if they made
extent.
Yeah,
billions
yeah,
into-
consumers
Consumerism
definitely.
wasn't getting it done, so
No,
war
man.
had to happen.
it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but
like
now
that
it doesn't.
Because, like,
Now it doesn't.
because like, listen, if the system was built that way, like, they would make like, they're just making. They're just in it to make money, you know. They're not making $1 billion rebuilding projects, you know. But you are making billions of dollars rebuilding Iraq and Afghanistan because that's what your company does. You go in and fucking rebuild shit, and somehow, some crazy scheme, you get money because you're hired by the federal government to go help the people that fucking that you
Yeah,
got
they
fucked
say
up.
they say we have no money yet we're rebuilding Afghanistan. That makes no
Yes.
sense to me. We have no money, but we're spending like more money on wars
Japan
than every
doesn't
other
even have an
country
army,
combined.
dude. Japan doesn't even have
Exactly,
an army
and look how
anymore.
we
technically
won't
advanced
let
they
Japan
are.
have an army. That's what Japan doesn't have an army because we won't let them.
Exactly. They're a
Yeah,
technology
really.
hub. That's the
Yeah.
technology
Well,
hub of
yeah.
the world.
Dude, if you look at it like Britain and America, we control the ebb and flow of this world,
Please.
basically, dude.
Mostly.
Yeah.
Russia's still got a lot of influence.
Oh yeah,
Not
fuck yeah.
around here.
Russia's
And
big.
pretty soon,
Yeah.
these
Russia's
freaking
pretty
oil
big.
guys are. Pretty soon, you're gonna see some stuff coming out of
From
Saudi
this
Arabia.
oil?
So look at
Yeah.
look at Dubai right now. Like
It's
that
retarded.
place is fucking nuts. The kind of money that they're shitting over there, they're shitting gold. They're
Yep.
shitting gold right now over there.
Yep.
Those people will
Need to get a
control
job
the world.
over there.
Listen, I'm fully convinced that that has got to be like some kind of Shangri-La or something. Like it's like I don't know.
Dubai?
Yeah, it's gonna be like I think it's just gonna get horribly destroyed by some horrible force
Cataclysm.
because it just will be too close to paradise. They're building. I'm not even lying. They're building fucking islands. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah.
They're building islands shaped like the globe in the middle of the ocean. They built islands people live on. They're shaped like the globe, like countries and stuff. There's islands people are living on. They're shaped like South America and
Yeah.
shaped,
Wow.
shaped like North America for the continents. I mean,
Dude, I think
like,
the exact
crazy.
opposite, dude. I think Dubai is going to be fucking New York City. What
oh,
New York
wait,
City used to be.
times fucking 50,000. Like, dude,
Yeah.
they're building an entire community over there, and I saw this special too on Discovery. Just
How
to
about
be
that fucking
completely
building?
perfect. Like that's
that
what
fucking
it is. That's,
tower,
yeah,
dude.
that crazy tower they just built. Fuck.
27,000 feet tall.
Holy shit.
But I don't know if you saw that shit. They're building It's
like
new city.
retarded.
It's a city, just a city, and the city is perfect. Like everything is perfect. Everything is green as a motherfucker.
Yep.
Everything, all the
In the
driving
middle of the desert.
is underneath the ground. All the roads, everything is underground, and they keep everything clean up top. Everything up on the top is just completely fucking
They
spotless.
got figured
Paradise.
out.
it's paradise.
Paradise.
That's exactly what they created, and they have yet to open it up. But they built this, and it's in
And
construction.
that's for all the
And
rich
this dude
people to
took a
go
tour of
live.
it. It's
Yeah.
fucking
That's where all the
nuts.
rich people
See,
go
I've been
to live.
talking about brick. I've been talking about brick lately, and I think brick's going to be fucking ruling the world here in about like 50 years.
Brick?
Brazil, Russia, Israel, China, and Korea.
Oh yeah, if they unite, dude, it is fucking.
I think those countries.
Why are they
I-
letting Israel in there?
What's that?
Why are they letting Israel in
And
there?
not India.
Yeah, India seems like it'd be better. Way more
India,
people
yeah,
in India.
India. Israel's more controversial. I
Israel
feel.
fucks with the U.S.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
Please.
All
India.
them Arabs hate Israel.
Yeah, India.
All the
India
Arab
would be
countries hate
better, dude. I
Israel.
wish India would take over so they would fucking make us all meditate.
You know what? That brick though, that is something I've seen that before.
Mhm.
I never heard of that. That is interesting.
Brick. I've been hearing a lot lately through like like the stream. I don't know, just people have been talking about like those countries a lot.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
I know exactly what you're talking
Shit that's
about.
going on in Brazil right now. I mean, like, they're
That's so
rioting and
scary.
all that
Yeah, what's
crazy
going-
It's
shit.
so
what?
Did
scary.
anybody see that thing about the ref that got his head cut off and they
Yep.
stuck it on that pike in the middle of the field?
Yep.
Crazy.
What?
Anarchy.
Yeah,
What?
and they're supposed to host a World Cup too.
Yep.
But
That's why they're
putting
rioting.
referees' heads on pikes.
In defense, the
Well,
referee
no, what
did
happened
stab
was-
stab
Well,
somebody
what happened
with it.
was because of
Wow.
this World Cup, they have to build 17 new soccer stadiums in maybe it's Sao Paulo. It's either or. They have to build 17 new soccer stadiums, state-of-the-art soccer stadiums. So that means they have to relocate probably about 2 million people. Their land's being bought from under them.
Wow.
Yeah, because the people live in good places
And
now. For
they
cheap.
had to like relocate like
stadium.
8 tribes already. They had to tribe land. They took tribe land.
Dude, that's fucked up, dude. Those stadiums are gonna host nothing but bad spirits.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You're building shit over
That's
grave.
scary.
How often are they going to get used after the World Cup's
exactly
over?
what I was
It's
gonna
just a giant waste of money.
Yep. Well, what
Yeah.
about the
Look at
Olympics?
all those stadiums.
The
they're
Olympics.
leaving
Why
behind.
anybody would want to
Why
host
would
it?
why would
a
you
city
let
wanna host
why
the
would you let
Olympics?
that
That's
happen?
horrible.
Why would you let
like, what
that
if
happen?
Pittsburgh hosted the Olympics? You know
I'd
how
stay
much
the fuck out of Pittsburgh.
unnecessary shit is going to be built? So much unnecessary shit. We have 3 stadiums. We have 3. We're hosting the Olympics. We need fucking 8 tennis stadiums. Fucking.
They wouldn't build it in the city though. It'd just be like just the same with the Olympics. They build them around the outskirts, so like all of Allegheny County, and
What
Westmoreland
is
County,
the
Washington, they
point?
would all get it. But here's the same thing. But here's the thing: when you build a stadium, and you can go check this out. Go on, you can look at pictures. You build a stadium like that. If we did it in Washington County, it would never get used again. They would build them out in like Somerset, like
Yeah.
where there's no fucking body. And you know what I mean? Just like they did over in like when they had it over in Britain.
In London. Yeah.
London,
They built
yeah,
them in the
London.
middle of nowhere, so they would never get used again.
Exactly. They didn't build them in London or around
Why
London,
the
where
fuck would
the
you
majority
do
of the
that?
population is. They built them out in bumfuck Egypt, where no
Cheaper
one
land.
uses them.
Why would
Cheaper
you?
land.
Cheaper land, cheaper
Yeah,
to build.
like what if
Ryan,
there
how
was
much is a
like
stadium of
Ryan,
England,
What
London?
if there was a state-of-the-art soccer stadium in the middle of fucking 84? Would that ever get used?
Nope.
Never.
So they just buy that up
they
for
do.
cheaper land afterward. After that stadium's there, they're just like they rebuy.
Well, no,
it
they
up.
just leave and let it rot. Fuck it.
They don't even upkeep them.
Why?
Why?
They just don't.
They want the pride of having the Olympics there.
You don't have that kind of tax money coming in to support that stadium and shithole.
Yeah, but why
You
the
think
fuck
the
would you
city of
build?
Pittsburgh's
Why
gonna
the
help 'em
fuck
out?
would
They'll
you
turn
build
their
it in the
back
first
on that
place?
little bumfuck 84
Why the fuck
and be
would
like,
you-
screw you.
Why the fuck would you build it in the first place?
Because you're hosting the Olympics.
Yeah, fuck
I
that,
don't
dude.
know.
I wouldn't waste all that money.
I don't know how much money is coming into your fucking city or your state or even your country if you host the Olympics, but I'm sure it's a hell of a lot.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Probably a lot of commerce.
Oh, I bet a lot of commerce, bro. Fucking the whole world wants to go fucking to the Olympics.
I don't know about
You know,
that.
that's like a thing. That's like a thing. You know what I'm saying?
That is a
Have you
thing.
been to the Olympics? Have you been to a World's Fair? You know? No.
Nope.
Have you been to the Super Bowl? Have you been to the World Series?
World's
No.
Fair would be badass though.
For
they
sure.
still do World's Fairs?
Yeah.
I thought they stopped doing them in the 80s.
think they still do that.
They still do them, but it's like not like the actual World's Fair.
That's some like bullshit
Yeah.
knockoff World's Fair.
Pretty much.
Okay. That sucks.
There's expos for just about anything anymore, though.
Yeah.
You got a big ass shit.
It sucks because I wish there was actually like the World's Fair where every country fucking showed off their technology. But everything's so
Technology-
connected now.
or
You get it
fucking-
instantly. So what's the point of
Yeah.
Yeah,
going?
what's the point? It's just turn on the computer.
I don't know.
Yep.
I feel like a lot of technology is hidden from us too. You know what I mean?
Well, it's not out there. That's why there was the World's Fair. But it has outlets. You know, if it's meant to get big, it will get
Go
big.
back and look at the old World's Fairs and how many inventions that we use on a fucking day-to-day basis. that
Amazing.
Well, I mean,
were debuted.
the
at World's
microwave, everything, dude.
and how many Tesla came up with?
Fair.
how many
Tesla was
Tesla
a
came up
badass
with, bro?
dude. I do want
Tesla
could
could have fixed everything if they would have let his free energy ideas free.
Even Benjamin Franklin. Benjamin Franklin fucking invented fucking like 390 things or some bullshit.
Yeah, he did.
390
That was
patents.
a smart dude.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know, we're still using the electric motor Tesla came up with, like
Yeah.
the basic electric motor that if you buy like a drill, Tesla.
Yeah, we're
came
still
up with
using
that.
his
And that was-
his way of energy,
like-
the current. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I forget what
The
it
way
is.
you measure it.
That means you knew what
Direct
the fuck you were
current.
doing.
Direct
Nobody
cur-
can
and
improve
alternating
upon your
current.
shit.
You know what I mean? Yeah, that means that. Well, I feel like Tesla he was on the higher consciousness
Didn't
even
he
back
invent
then.
the seismograph as well? Like how you like track like earthquakes and shit?
I don't know.
Or is that
That could be the case.
Could have been Edison.
No.
Edison came up with
no,
just a
no.
ridiculous
That's
amount
why
of
it's
stuff.
called a Richter scale.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
that's
Richter
the
scale.
scale
Richter.
itself. The
Yeah.
scale maybe was determined, but maybe he created the ability to measure it.
Maybe. But I mean, if you created the Richter scale, then you also created the way to measure it.
Probably.
Probably.
I mean, that's arguable, but
No, that's probably right.
It's probable. Very probable.
probable. All right, how long have we been going for realsies?
42 minutes.
All right, let's wrap this shit up
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
for sure.
I mean, it's been great, guys. We talked
Sure,
about a lot
thanks
of
for
crazy
having us.
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks for having us on here.
For
Love-
sure,
Love
guys.
to have you on
You
again.
guys will be back again.
Yeah, we'll come back for sure.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, I mean, share it with everybody you can. You know what I mean? There's a lot of important topics we discussed that no one really discusses in the 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You don't
And if
have
you
to
guys
like
come back,
everything we
man,
say,
you
but
guys.
pick up a few things.
Oh yeah, you guys come back. We just broke into it. There's so much more
There's
shit.
so much more to talk about. So much more.
See, I'm gonna go and research some things too, just because. Now
That's
you've
the great
got-
thing
you've
about
got
this.
Me curious about several things
Yeah.
now that I want.
Yeah, bring some shit to the table.
Now that
and
you
we'll
got
talk it out.
now that you got an outlet, you need an inlet.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Now that you got a way to share it with people, now you need more to share.
Share exactly.
Yeah, it kind of feels good.
Fuck
Yeah.
yeah, it does.
I enjoyed the hell out of this.
Yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
guys. This
It was awesome. It was awesome.
Amazing.
But I don't know. We'll see you next time from the center of the universe. Peace.
Yep.